GM, all you degenerates from the crypto world, welcome back, friends of the Cyber Frogs, for another edition of Marketflow, powered by Thor, hosted by me, Mode. We've got a lot going on in the markets. We're just going to get right into it. If we look at the Thor calls, Sol is right where it has been. Bitcoin, we have nothing but those long calls that we've been seeing for some time. So not a lot of change there. Let's go to the charts. Okay. We knew this area was going to be a significant zone of resistance because we saw so many profit points right here from longs and shorts with Thor. So we knew this purple line right here was going to be something significant. We found resistance on it. We pressed through it, looked to get support, but now it looks like we found resistance there at that point again. This, in my opinion, we now have, let me get that back. This, in my opinion, in the time frame we've given and by my definition, we now have a short-term downtrend, a series of lower highs and lower lows, right? So we're in a downtrend in the short term. If we zoom out and look back, we are making a series of higher highs and higher lows. So it is bullish if we hold in this area, and we look to be retesting the RSI as well. Now, we've gotten a strong bounce, right? Strong bounce right here from Bitcoin off of the 200, what I call the long-term EMA. It's the 200 on the 4-hour chart. Are we going to break back up above the short-term EMA? Are we going to get above the 50-day? Or are we going to find resistance here at the RSI? And are we going to come down a little bit further? Maybe come down, retest, kind of like we did back here at that 59.60, filling out that head and shoulder. What we have predicted here from the pump, we had our bullish scenario and we had our bearish. Our bearish was we got resistance and continued, and we made the lower low. If we did, we were going to look to DCA in around 52. However, we got the support in our DCA area of 56. We got the break, and now we're looking for that retest. Nothing going on right now is anything that we did not expect, that we did not talk about, right? What was support, this DCA area of 62, right? We lost it as support. It became resistance. We now need to test that for support again. So where we are in Bitcoin right now, it looks good to me. I kind of think we may see a little bit of a rally here coming back up towards 65. And then I think we're going to see that bloody weekend sending it back down to 61, 62. I wanted to see between 64 and 62 retested. We bounced off 64 pretty hard at this point right now. We may continue to rip. But until we break this downtrend right here, I'm looking for a little resistance, probably a little resistance here on the RSI as well. Jumping into Solana. Oh, if we do continue bearish for Bitcoin, remember, we still have these calls at 42, 32, and one all the way down here at 17 still. While those calls are absolutely possible, I don't see them as highly probable at this point. If we break 72, Thor no longer sees them as probable and will erase them, invalidate them. Those calls will no longer be posted by Thor. So if we continue to pump up, they'll be erased. What I'm looking for, though, I'm looking for this retest in 62. Hopefully we get the blood out of the way over the weekend. We often see this, and start bullish next week. Okay, now jumping to Solana. Well, we had really good entries here. We drew this gold box and we said, hey, if we get entry anywhere below 140 and holding support here above the 125 area, 125 was the top from when we pumped up to $20, right? All the way from 20 to 120. We needed to hold this support. We said, hey, if we come down below 140, this may be some of the best entries we get for the entire bull run. We've been saying this for a long time. We did get those entries. They're now looking pretty good. This zone here of 160 to 150 has been an extremely significant zone for quite some time with Solana. I said for me to be bullish, I need to see this 160 zone be broken significantly, a strong retest, and a good support off of it. This dump coming from Solana looks in perfect play with my TA as well as this Thor short. We're looking for the dump down to about 156, 157, right here in the middle of this zone, retesting the long-term EMA, right? 4-hour chart, just like Bitcoin, had come down and retest that long-term EMA, right? We're kind of expecting the same thing from Solana. Solana just had a hell of a pump in recovery. So I think we can expect just a little bit more of a dump from it as well. And I think everything right here is looking good, looking on pace. Kira down here below our zone, right in our DCA areas. Remember, we have a questionnaire for shitcoins and meme coins. Has it taken a 60 to 80% retrace from its last high? Does it still have does it have a narrative? First hedge fund, AI hedge fund on blockchain sounds like a pretty kick-ass narrative. There's a lot more to Kira than just cyberfrogs. Does it have a team still working on it? You fucking right it does. Sal and Andy are the fucking goats. And the rest of the team, they've just put together studs all around them. Does it have a community that supports it? There's over 20% of the NFT, the Cyberfrog NFT, is locked for over 3 years. I would say that's community support and conviction. So there you go. Is this something you want to invest in? Andy gave us a hint. We haven't talked about Kira in a while. I told him to shut his dirty mouth and not to talk about for a while because I want to take profits off all my shit coins that pump and buy some real fundamental value coins while they're still in their lows. So Andy, shut up. Don't pump this just yet. I want to talk about Jupiter real quick because Jupiter has been amazing to us. Every time I hear Meow speak, I get a little more bullish on Jupiter and what they are doing. But forget the fundamentals, forget the long-term trades. Let's just, or the long-term investment. Let's just talk about what we've been giving from the trades here and what we've been calling. Give Bird Eye here a second to pull up. How slow and clunky Bird Eye has been is a good sign that a lot of people are using it. And we've got liquidity, we've got volume, we've got interest. And Solana is the blockchain to be trading DeFi on. It's only going to get bigger and broader. Jupiter, they're trying to hold me down. They don't want to bring it up for us. Okay, maybe we got the chart here. Let's go. Jupiter, we were calling for DCA areas at 71 and 64. We hit those areas absolutely perfect of the 71, 64. There we go. We got our chart. We lost our chart. We got the DCA areas of the 71. We got the DCA areas of 64. We've come up to our first expected point of resistance. And just like Solana, just like Bitcoin, we expected things to cool off, come down to an area of support now. I was looking for 91. As of this moment, it looks like we've got a strong bounce off of 92. But when it comes to Jupiter, I'm looking for 91 or possibly even down to 84 if we get that little bit of extra bleed out of the market. If people start to capitulate, look for re-entry just like we got over here, right? Let's look for that opportunity of re-entry over here at 84 if given to us. But again, if you took profits, you may want to start to DCA at 91. Look for this if you're long-term bullish on Jupe. If you still don't understand this trading thing, man, we do these streams twice a week. Tuesday mornings, or Tuesday evenings, I do Marketflow. Thursday mornings, 10 a.m. EST, I do Marketflow. Rumpty, one of the great goats and community members of the Frogs, he does crypto or the Cyber Dojo on Mondays. We have decoding with Dregs on Wednesdays. Then we've got our Friday spaces. There's lots of places, lots of opportunity to engage and learn and how to do this. And all of it's free. You don't even need a frog for that, right? Get in, learn. That's when you're going to want your frog. If you still don't understand all the trading, right? We have our Thor auto contract, currently 1.1 million TVL locked. What has Thor been doing for you? If you haven't been trading, if you've just been sitting on your money, what has Thor been doing? Well, Thor sold high from all the way up in, I believe it was 180 to 200, and then it began buying again. We've got buys here automatically buying for you at 134, 135, down here to 126, buying a little bit more on the way up near the 140, and now it's began laddering out here at 160, 170, 175, 180. So if you weren't buying SOL at 130, 120s, 140s, taking profits for this dip, maybe you want to consider Auto Thor. Frogs fuck, Thor Prince. See y'all next week.